Episode 203. Today we recap the Brewers series and preview the upcoming series versus Chicago Cubs. You're listening to the Bucco Banter podcast, brought to you by the Just Baseball Media Network. Cue the music.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Or the steak by the plates, and in case after case, run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snake.
Welcome back to another episode of Bucco Banner, and I have nothing else to say.
That's what this whole series was, just a big old piece of poop.
I wish I could invest in a time traveling machine when it came down to Ben Cherington versus Matt Arnold, and I could maybe reverse that decision somehow, because the Brewers. Have you been to Milwaukee? Let me start there.
I have not been to Milwaukee.
Okay, Milwaukee is not bigger than Pittsburgh. Milwaukee is a pretty small market in terms of cities. I feel like Pittsburgh's a much more attractable destination. Attractable. That's
Attractable is a good word.
Whatever. I can't even speak now. This team has me fucked up. But Pittsburgh's a much more attractive destination. But they just figure it out every year. Like they develop. They do it better than they are becoming the new Rays or Guardians. I think their track record over the last 5 years is impeccable. I envy the Milwaukee Brewers.
They spend about $113 million on the payroll.
Imagine if the Pirates spent $113 million.
That's 23rd in Major League Baseball. That's the bare minimum.
I mean, this team would be easily around 500, if not better, if they spent $113 million.
They'll never get it.
Well, let me stop there. You got to spend $113 million wisely. Like, you can spend bad money, right? Like spending $8 million on Alex Verdugo this offseason would have been a bad investment. But they could have. There's a lot of room to spend here, and that's pretty obvious, I think.
Yeah, it's spending it in the right places and also making the right moves, which Ben Cherington has proven that he cannot do for the past 6 years. We saw Ronnie Simon today. So if you're looking
Randall
for change,
Simon's son.
Exactly.
He said he got caught up to Milwaukee. He was like, bratwurst.
I like the jokes write themselves.
He went 2 for 5.
Great. Cool. What was the score today?
And I know, but I saw the lineup today and I was just like, oh, this is perfect. We can talk about this. But now I don't want to as much because they lost 12-5. I talked about Spencer Horwitz being a perfect
leadoff.
No, two
hitter. Yeah.
And you bring up a guy like Ronnie Simon who can lead off and can spark the top of a lineup with Spencer Horwitz complimenting him as a left-handed bat in the 2-hole. I thought that worked out well. I just don't know how long Ronnie Simon's going to be up here.
Do you hear yourself right now?
I'm just talking out loud. I probably shouldn't have hit the record button for this, but whatever.
Oh my God. This is the 12th different leadoff hitter they've had all season. You know what the closest is? 9. The next team has had 9 different leadoff hitters. They've had 12 throughout the entire
Tommy
year.
Pham, Ono Cruz, Cabrian Hayes.
I think he has had one.
Nicky
G's been up there. Kutch has been up there. Horwitz has been there. Ronnie Simon.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
I mean, it goes on and on and on. It's just like, did Sawinski get a leadoff?
No chance.
Appearance?
He did in spring training. That was remember we talked about them flirting with that, but
oh my God, what a pipe dream that was.
Got murderers row in the bottom half of that lineup right there, all batting below 150.
It's, again, I know we talk about it every single week, but at what point do you just say, hey, we have to move on? Are we at the point this year where it's just we're going to get him as many at bats as possible to finally prove a point? Or
they've done that for the last couple of years.
Exactly.
What's the difference?
I'm
at a loss because there truly is no method to their madness right now. I don't really understand, and I don't think many people can make sense of what they're doing. There's a ton of guys here, and I mentioned this before. I remember talking about this in June or maybe end of May. It's better to trade a guy too early than too late. You don't need to wait till the trade deadline. Like we saw the big Devers trade. I think there was another trade that happened maybe in June. You could have traded Andrew Heaney for something early on, but instead they waited, and now he's become a BP pitcher. Don't want to be mean, but that's pretty accurate description, I think. He hasn't been able to get many guys out and is not missing bats. But you waited way too long for a guy that's on an expiring contract, and you're just going to let him sit on this team and not get anything for him. So the best option right now is to DFA him, if anything, so you can give opportunities to young guys. But now you don't have the room to give opportunities to young guys because this team is stuck with a bunch of expiring contracts. It's quite frustrating, and I think everyone's looking at this team kind of like I used to laugh at the Colorado Rockies. I'm like, oh, the Pirates don't have it that bad. But I think we might have it that bad now.
Maybe worse.
Yeah, it's in different ways. Yeah, I think it's just as bad.
The Rockies have no hope. I think adding an element of hope, at least at the beginning of every year, like you could have said at the beginning of this year, the Rockies are not going to do anything.
They don't have a Paul Skeens.
A very accurate statement. Yeah, they don't have a Paul Skeens. They don't have
a Connor Griffin.
A Connor Griffin in the system. They don't have the ceiling of O'Neal Cruz, right? They don't have multiple All-Star coming back and Brian Reynolds. Okay, you just like you had pieces, so you have that element of hope going into every single year. It's like, well, if they only just build around these guys and they get something together, but they never do that, and they're going to continue not to do that unless something drastically changes, And we saw some moves this week. We'll get into it. Dauri Moreta was optioned to AAA per Sax Boy Billy. Chase Sugar was reinstated after Moreta was sent back down.
Which, and then, let me stop you there, which is fine, right? Because I think Shugart has been at the very bottom of our list of worries this year. Right. Like, Shugart has been a pleasant surprise. Has been a decent waiver claim out of all the bad claims and acquisitions that Ben has made. But why do we have Yohan Ramirez on this team anymore? Like, Dauri Moreta deserves to be getting innings up here in the big league club, and I think you need to be prioritizing guys that are going to be a part of the 2026 team. Yohan Ramirez is not going to be part of the 2026 team.
There's a lot of guys that are not going to be part of the 2026 team that they are prioritizing.
Yep.
Andy Rodriguez had surgery on his ulnar nerve.
I don't like nerve. That sounds like I'm getting Christian Curtis vibes here. And I know that was a totally different situation, but the nerves can be a complicated situation in the elbow. Right. It's not like your regular Tommy John. Like this is a nerve problem. So,
well, it's not even that, man. It's just like next year now you're kind of just hoping Rafael Flores works out. That's what you're really hoping. Now you have all your eggs in one basket. You went from having at the beginning of the year 4 catchers in Jason DeLay, Henry Davis, Joey Bart, Andy Rodriguez, to effectively having 0 when it comes to guys that can put the ball in play. Joey Bart has 2 home runs on the year. What does Henry have? 5 on the year? Andy hasn't played all year. Obviously, Jason DeLay is not here. Not that he would have hit in the first place. So now you're putting all of your eggs in the front line trade. They came back for David Bednar and Rafael Flores. Somebody who has
Edglin Perez too. Don't forget him.
And Edglin Perez, who is in Bradenton.
Omar Alfonso's not far off.
I get it. Like I don't rage bait me. But again, now it's like, okay, you want to talk about 2026. You're going in with a lot of options and also nothing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're putting all your eggs in the Rafael Flores basket now to hope that he pans out. What he's going to be going into his year. He's going to be 25 years old next year. Still young, tons of power, a lot of potential there, a lot of swing and miss. Contact rates aren't great.
Mm-hmm. And I don't love the metrics right now.
And a lot of room left behind the plate. So, and then he also plays first base. So then it's like, who are we having? You know, Henry Davis can also catch behind him, but it's like, all right, I kind of feel comfortable going in with Spencer Horwitz at first base. I feel comfortable with Nick Gonzalez at second. You don't have a shortstop. You don't have a third baseman. You don't have a left fielder. You have kind of a center fielder right now, kind of. And you have a bat in right field. A bat in right field. I'm not calling him a right fielder. You have a bat in right field. Okay. And then you have a 38-year-old DH who's actually, you don't have a DH. He's gone too. So you talk about improving this team for 2026. There is no team for 2026 right now. There's zero team. You have to rebuild the team in 2026, and you've done nothing to do that. Internally, you've done nothing to do that, and history shows us you're not going to do it in free agency. Cool. Super, super cool.
Yeah. Well, let's like make it a little bit more positive here. The MLB Pipeline's new top 100 was just released after all the draft signings went through. Number one overall prospect in all of baseball is Connor Griffin. We have that working for us, and I think he's going to get a taste of Altoona very soon. Friend of the show, he's been on here twice. And if he gets the Altoona, we're definitely going to make another trip out there before the end of the year.
Right.
Number 7 overall prospect is Bubba Chandler. Number 27 is Seth Hernandez, the first round pick this year out of California Prep. And then number 87 is Hunter Buccos. So 4 guys on the top 100. 3 are pretty close, if not very close. And then Seth Hernandez is a recent high school arm. So yeah, we got some stuff to dream on at the lower levels, but that's what we say every year, right?
Every year. There's one bat there that you mentioned.
Connor Griffin.
I know. One bat. Now, could he be the next greatest thing ever? Yeah, I hope so. And I think so. I think it'll happen. But boy, oh boy. Let's talk about the series. And before we do, shout out to Total Sports Enterprises. Go to tsdshop.com for all of your Pittsburgh sports memorabilia needs. Pirates, Penguins, Steelers. You could find it in the link below. Click that to let them know Bucko Banter sent you. And also, the show is sponsored by Sports Card Junction, the best sports card shop in all of Pittsburgh, 9011 Perry Highway. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, Pokemon, whatever your heart desires, Sports Card Junction has you covered. You go to sportscardjunction.com, or as we like to do, go in the store, rip some cards, say hi to the fellas, and get all you need for your collecting needs. Scott, let's go to Monday. 7-1 loss at the Brewers. Andrew Heaney, known batting practice pitcher per Scott Moore. 4 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned, 2 walks, 3 Ks, gave up 2 bombs. His ERA is just under 5. He only had 4 whiffs on the day, supplemented by Chase Sugar, went 3 innings, 1 earned. Kyle Nicholas went 1 inning, 1 K. Joey Bart hit his 2nd home run on the year. Brian Reynolds continues to hit, had a double on the day. They had 3 hits total off of Quintana, 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, 3 left on base, and 5 strikeouts.
Let's go to Tuesday. This was my favorite game.
You want to talk about this one?
Yeah, I do, actually.
All right.
14-0. Bad guys. Milwaukee Brewers. Paul Skeens. Another tough outing. I don't want to say tough. Like, if this is his worst outing, man, like, this is some guy's best outings. But 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. He gave up 2 homers. I think it was Yelich and Terang, or Frelick. Sal Frelick leadoff homer. 2.13 ERA. He got 9 whiffs on 93 pitches. Yohan Ramirez, 1 inning, 2 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 1 homer. This is the guy we're rostering over Dari Moreta right now. Ryan Barucki went 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 earned, 1 K, 1 homer. And then Dennis Santana finishes out with 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 K. I'm not going to read Jared Triolo's pitching line because I think position players pitching is like one of the worst things about our present day game. I don't want to see it.
Bring back Rowdy Tellez.
At that point, just end the game. I just don't want to watch that. IKF 1 for 3 with a double. He's at 271. Horwitz, Nicky G, and Reynolds each collected singles, but 4 hits total, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, 5 left on base, 8 Ks.
And then today, Wednesday, they lost 12-5. At one point, they were within 1 run because Brian Reynolds had 3 hits on the day, 2 home runs, his 13th on the year. Mitch Keller went 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Carmen Majinski, 2 innings, 2 earned. Kyle Nicholas could not find the strike zone. Just over and over and over again. 2 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, only 1 strikeout. His ERA is at 7.2 right now. Cam Sanders also could not find the zone. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 K. His ERA is at 9. And then Isaac Matson doing what Isaac Matson does. 1 inning, no hits, 1 K. His ERA is at 2.15. Ronnie Simon.
Isaac Matson, reliable.
Oh, reliable. Ronnie Simon and his Pirates debut 2 for 5 with 2 runs. Brian Reynolds, as I mentioned, had 2 bombs on the day, 5 RBIs, all of the offense for the Pirates. Joey Bart went 2 for 3 with a double, 12 hits total, 2 for 9 runners in scoring position, 10 left on base, 7 strikeouts. And that does it for the House of Horrors. That is Milwaukee.
Do they stay at that haunted hotel in Milwaukee too? Because just makes that would be the cherry on top, right? I think everyone stays there.
The whole thing is haunted.
Yeah.
This
Right.
whole franchise is haunted.
Anyways, Adam, let's move on from Milwaukee, right? Let's just get right into Chicago, preview the series. I'm gonna get us kicked off here. Right now, I don't know what the Cubs are doing today, but 67-51. They're second in the NL Central. The Milwaukee can thank Pittsburgh because they're running away with it. Well, I don't want to say running away, but they built a lead in the NL Central as of right now. I think 6 or 7 games. The Cubs are second. We just take an hour and a half trip down from Milwaukee to Chicago, into Wrigleyville, the north side of Chicago. And Friday, we face Colin Ray. Colin Ray, we've faced twice already this year. The starting pitcher for the Pirates is TBD, but right now it's listed as Braxton Ashcraft, or he'd be in line for it if he's now considered a starter or an opener. Might see a piggyback with him and, I don't know, Majinski or one of the other guys. But this year, Colin Ray, 9-5 with a 4.09 ERA, 116 2/3 innings pitched, 24 games, 85 Ks, and 1.29 WHIP. 5-1, May 1st at Pittsburgh. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 2 Ks. Brian Reynolds hit a home run off of him in an 8-3 Chicago Cubs win. And then June 15th in Wrigley, he pitched another 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. So he can bank him for 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against the Pirates. 1 walk, 4 Ks, and a 3-2 Cubs win. He'll throw the kitchen sink at you. He's got a 4-seam that he throws 43% of the time, a split that he throws 12% of the time. Then he mixes in a slider, sweeper, curve, sinker, cutter. He's a durable, command-oriented back-end starter, brings a deep pitch mix and veteran savvy to eat innings. Just don't expect strikeout dominance or flashy swings.
Saturday, left-handed pitcher Shota Imanaga versus Mike Burrows. This year, he's 8-5 with a 3.19 ERA and 96 innings pitched, 17 games, 79 Ks with a .97 WHIP. Versus the Pirates this year, back in April, 5 innings, 6 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 3 Ks, and a 9-0 Chicago win. The Arsenal is a 4-seam split, sweeper, curve, sinker. Pirate killer, one of the more refined pitchers to transition from the NPB to Major League Baseball, a true control artist who relies on a pitch mix and tempo rather than pure firepower. Everyone's familiar with him. Excellent pitcher. Sophomore year has not disappointed. That brings us to Sunday.
I don't think the Pirates have ever done well against Shota, to be honest with you. I feel like every time I watch them face him, it's a shutout. But anyway, Sunday, Javier Assad is going for the Cubs. He just pitched his first game last week of the 2025 season. He'll be facing Andrew Heaney. 0-1 with a 9 ERA, 4 innings, 1 game started, 2 Ks, and a 2.25 WHIP. So small sample size, but he throws the kitchen sink as well. Sinker, cutter, sweeper, 4-seam, change, slider, curve. He really gets marks for his fastball up in the zone. He gets rising velocity plus fastball characteristics, shows flashes of being more of a back end starter if command continues to improve. So this is a guy that he had a really good 2024, and he just debuted for the 2025 season recently. I think none of these guys are overpowering. They're more control artists, and Should be interesting to see the Pirates face off against these guys in Wrigley. It's interesting to see them face off against anyone nowadays, but
yeah, interesting to say the least. All right, well, that was an episode.
Quite literally, it was an episode. NL Central week, man. We had the Reds, we got the Brewers, we got the Cubs, and then they're coming home against the Blue Jays. They're facing a bunch of hot teams right now. I'm excited to be back at the ballpark next week against the Blue Jays, but until then, we gotta take care of business at Wrigley.
Make sure you subscribe, like, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go follow on all social media at Bucco Banter. Go to buccobanter.com. We're going to post a giveaway in conjunction with Sports Card Junction on our story. First one to answer the question on the story gets a free Bucco Banter t-shirt.
Oh,
how about that?
Love
Pretty
that.
good deal. Pretty good deal. So get those Twitter fingers ready. And until next time, raise it.
Raise it.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plate.